After almost 2 years of waiting, finally, true crossplay is coming to Chivalry 2, and it's coming within the next few weeks. Stride of the Champ here, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about all the content that Torn Banner has announced coming in the next content update, and I'll be really interested to see if the community's thoughts align with mine, so feel free to hit the comment section for discussion. Let's start with the big ticket item, crossplay. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. Crossplay, it's one of those topics that the community is just really passionate about because right on the back of the Chivalry 2 box, one of the advertised features was crossplay, so people encourage their friends on other platforms to grab the game, only to find out on day one that Chivalry 2 has crossplay, but not cross-party. I still can't believe people defended that. Crossplay means you can play with your friends, period. It's 2023. They pulled some shit on the consumers here, and now after almost 2 years of we're working on it, Torn Banner finally will be delivering the first implementation of crossplay parties in the next content update. And I think this was really important for them as developers to build a little bit of trust back within the player base. It took a long time, but they were able to fulfill their promise to get it in the game. And I've said in previous videos, it's about consumer trust here. How could they ever release another game and expect to have the trust of their player base without first delivering on their promises with the previous game? Torn Banner did release a quick blog showing how the system will work. Every player will have an invite code, which they can then send to one of their friends to add them to an in-game list. It has not been stated if your current friend list will carry over to this new system, but this seems pretty straightforward. Now, the concerning part is that it's releasing as a beta, and they've already stated that some of the things might not work. This gives me kind of flashbacks to when the game first released and the party system was just completely busted. But of course, until I get my hands on it, I'll try and reserve judgment and remain cautiously optimistic. I think it would be unrealistic to expect perfection out of the gate, but if I can finally form a party with my boy Jester and get some games in, I'll be content with the initial implementation of crossplay parties. Now, we are also getting a new weapon, the heavy cavalry sword, and the weapon, as far as aesthetics, it looks amazing. It's kind of like a one-handed Tenosian themed saber. The heavy cavalry sword, it's supposed to have long reach and slow swing speed for a one-handed weapon. However, where this concerns me is that this weapon is supposed to be best used while on horseback. Yes, the part of the game that pretty much is universally hated by the player base. And let's be honest, virtually no one plays mounted warfare, and no matter how much is shoved down our throats, I don't really see that changing. And I'm not even anti-horses in this game. I'm just mind-boggled why the devs spent time on them if they're not going to be used in the flagship mode. And now they're going to go and make a weapon that's specialized in an aspect of the game that very few players enjoy. And even the ones who do, cavalry releases in waves, so only a few players at a time can actually use the saber in its intended role. This, once again, it's a weapon that's so niche that unless it is also actually viable on foot, it's going to be dead on arrival. Like, I never needed to play the guitars. I still haven't actually used them to just know from the patch notes that they were going to be straight trash. And I see a little bit of the same here. Just like virtually no one will play an ambusher weapon that does not interrupt, I don't see anyone playing a weapon that excels in mounted combat. I just don't see how a group of people sitting around at a table decide to add weapons like guitars or quarterstaffs or even that fantasy sword from Cloud from Final Fantasy. I think there are options a bit more grounded in reality that could be added to the game and actually get play, like, you know, say the flail. Or why not just make it a regular damn saber and remove the niche cavalry nonsense? Personally, the only weapon added to the game that's been legit has been the rapier, and I'm just dying for new weapons that are actually fun and viable and well-rounded, and it looks like we're not going to get that yet, but we'll see. Now, we do have a new map coming, and I'm really excited for Bridgetown. Just the screenshots that they've shown, it gives me really good vibes. I think Bridgetown, it's going to be back to the more Galencourt or Aberfell classic Torn Banner design, where we have interesting objectives and super creative gameplay loops. Again, it's been a while since I've liked the new content. My feelings on Thaic are well documented, and the whole Thaic into Desert TDM, straight into the two Tenosia map rotation, it's going to break me as a person. But I'm getting good vibes here with the new map, and I'm very, very excited just for some new scenery. We can only speculate on the rest of the content coming in the update, but I can guarantee we'll be getting a battle pass, and I have the feeling it'll be Tenosia focused to just finally flesh out and add some variety to the customization there. I'll wind up getting the battle pass no matter what, but it doesn't really excite me or annoy me either way. It's just something to do. And I also have the feeling they mentioned that we're going to get a few new free-for-all maps this year. So I think we're going to get either another FFA or a TDM kind of hybrid map. Usually the main ones, they come associated with a smaller version. So I predict we get some sort of smaller map also. Alright guys, that's it for me. Let me know, do you think this update is going to be good, bad? Let me know, champ out.